What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great day. Getting into this episode of GH. Porsha. Porsha. That's the last thing she need. I cannot believe she let that little Weasley bastard blackmail her. I knew he was gonna do something like that. I had a feeling he was gonna do that. I was wondering what he was gonna do, but in the back of my mind, I had a feeling he was gonna revert back to his ways and start blackmailing. I knew it. I cannot believe she let that little bastard blackmail her like this. I mean, granted, what he's asking for is small in comparison to what he could be asking for. I mean, all he wants is for her to sing his praises. Give him a glowing recommendation so he could be off of his trial, you know, and come back to the lab full time. That's small. It is. It's a small little thing, but this is the problem. He now has her in his pocket whenever the hell he wants. Because we all know when you blackmail somebody, it don't go away with just one thing. If somebody asks, oh, hey, can you just do that and I'll keep my mouth shut? It never ends at that. Because I got a feeling somewhere down the line, he's going to come back and want something bigger. Porsha need to figure out a way out of this. She need to nip this shit in the bud now. Because once somebody got you, they got you. Once you in the pocket, you in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? The last person you want to be indebted to is that fool. It's the last thing you want. I'm kind of surprised that she went and told Curtis immediately about this. I'm shocked. But I mean, I get it too, because she know how Curtis is. He don't like secrets, even though she done kept that switching test results a secret. But now that it came to bite her in the ass, she gonna need some help. She gonna need something. And I was surprised by Curtis sitting there talking about, oh, it ain't no reason for them to think that you did anything. You just gotta play this cool or whatever. I'm like, sir, play it cool. You need to get rid of any evidence that can implicate her. Because I know he's upset that Ava knows about it, but I agree with Porsha. Ava not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? On the strength of Trina, Ava not gonna throw Porsha under the bus. So Ava is not the problem. You ain't got to worry about her. But I just figured that Curtis would jump into action as a, licensed private investigator or something. Like he would do something to make sure that the evidence never came out. You know what I'm saying? Try to break into the lab, delete the data, something. You know what I'm saying? Like do something to make sure that this don't point to her at a later date. And we all know it can and it will, you know. And I respect that Curtis wants to say all the right things to, Porsha to make her feel better. Like, oh, you're not going to lose your license. I ain't going to let that happen. But as she left, you could definitely see that he was giving lip service. Because even Curtis knows that at this point, it could snowball. It could snowball. I get that he tried to pump her up and let her know, like, hey, this is going to be okay. No, it's not. This is some deep shit here. This is deep doo-doo. I'm just saying, like, you ain't gonna easily get up out of this. Like, Porsha girl, we gotta protect your medical license. Like, come on now. You work too hard for that. I mean, if she can't practice medicine, what the hell is she supposed to do for a living? They do own a multi-million-dollar damn beach home. And I know the property tax on that sucker is not cheap. Nor is the home insurance. I'm just saying, like, a home that of that luxurious style is it's costly, and I'm pretty sure they got a mortgage. But yeah, they got that's something she gonna have to figure out. Like Porsche she gotta get herself out this mess. What annoys me is that she fighting this Heather fight all by herself. Like, Heather done tormented so many people in that town. I'm surprised nobody jumped at the opportunity to join the bandwagon and fight with Porsha to keep Heather behind bars. Even though I know Carly got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Where, with all the mess she got going on with this whole investigation and stuff like that. I would have thought Carly would have joined in on this, because didn't Heather come after Jocelyn like once or twice? You would think Carly would want to keep her ass in prison just off of that alone. But I guess I wish more people in that town would have, came forward and not just, Porsha. As far as Curtis, him calling Rick and stuff like that, trying to keep Heather in prison. Where was this energy a few months ago? Because remember, after he went to go see Heather, he was like, oh, he got the vibe that she changed and she's no longer a threat. Now all of a sudden, oh, she's a threat to my family. Isn't this what Porsha been telling his dumb ass all along? And he the one that kept telling her to let this go? And oh, she's changed and now you want to change your tune. Like, Curtis, get your shit together. Because you should have supported your wife months ago on this matter. You know, I don't really see the point in him calling Rick because ain't nothing Rick could do to help him. I mean, at the end of the day, Rick gonna do what the hell Rick got to do for his client. I thought when Curtis was calling Rick, I thought he was gonna retain Rick and keep him on retainer just in case the shit hit the fan with Porsha. And she might need some legal representation because the blowback from this is gonna be huge if it goes public about what she did. I mean, you got to think about the lawsuit against a hospital for that. She can get the hospital sued for what she did. She can get herself civilly sued. You know what I'm saying? Like, her and Curtis could lose every damn thing. They could lose that house in a civil lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Medical license, she could be brought up on charges. Like, this ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Like, Porsha need to get ahead of this. So anyway, moving on from that, Rick is such an asshole and I love it. When Chase asked him and Liz to come down to the PCPD to identify the gun, to see if it was the same one that they saw Alexis with that night, Liz knew it was the gun. She was like, yeah, I believe that's the one. Here go Rick. Oh, I don't know. It was dark, Rick is an asshole. Like, this man is determined to keep Alexis in prison. Like, just determined. Like, you would think this was not the mother of his child, the way that he acted. Like, he is determined to make Alexis' life a living hell. Like, sir, what did she do to you to make you this evil towards her? Like, that is somebody who hates your damn guts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Liz was looking at him like, if you don't stop freaking playing and tell these people that's the gun. Liz was so over his shit. She was so over him. Like, she was like, listen, tell this man that's the gun if I hurt you and stop playing these little games. Rick is funny as hell. I'm glad he back, though. He is funny. Like, that man hate Alexis with a passion. Like, he just looked like he just strived to make her life a living hell. That shit is funny as hell. I said, you know what, Rick? They got a special place in hell for Rick. Oh my God, that is funny. That is funny as hell. That is super hilarious though. Rick is hilarious. So anyway, moving on from that. Everybody at the PCPD, I ain't gonna lie, everybody over there need to resign. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, all of them need to resign at that department. Anna, Dante, Dex, they need to step their ass down. Like, they all too, it's like, how do you run a department if y'all all connected to people that's being charged with stuff? Like, there's no way. Because Anna knows she bogus for that, though. I mean, like I said yesterday, I understand why her and Robert wanted to suppress that information, because this was huge for them. They could finally, they were this close to getting Sonny. Putting him away for the rest of his life. They were that close. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that is corrupt, unfortunately. But, like, I get it. But it's like, come on now. Anna was doing everything in her power to try to make sure that information didn't come out. And she knew she couldn't hold it that long. She knew. Like, Martin wasn't letting up. Dante wasn't going to let up. She had no choice but to be honest about that gun. She had no choice. And for her to sit there and question Dante like, oh, you were really going to tell Sonny. I mean, what did you expect? But what annoys me with Dante, too, is when he was like, oh, with everything going on with Lulu, he didn't want to have to tell his son that his grandfather was going to prison. And I'm like, y'all need to stop coddling people when it comes to Sonny. This man is a mob boss. What do y'all expect is going to happen for him? Prison is always going to be an option for him because of the line of work that he's in. He's always going to face that. It's never going to be a right time to tell your kids that their granddad is going to prison. It's never going to be a right time. Whether Lulu was back and healthy, it really don't matter. It's never going to be a right time to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the life he chose. So that's on him. You know, I get tired of people trying to protect his ass all the time. Like, y'all gonna work yourselves into an early grave trying to keep him out of prison because he always gonna be into some mess because that's the lifestyle he's in. Sonny needs to start getting smarter about some of the stuff that he does. Like, killing an FBI agent yourself is just dumb. Like, you got people for that. You got underlings for that. Order them to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get your hands dirty with that. That's a stupid move. But yeah, Emma need to resign. They all need to resign from that damn department. They all too personally involved. Dex need to resign effective immediately. That fool is dumb. It's one thing for him to tip Dante off about the new evidence, but the fact that he tipped the ADA off, who's also personally involved, and she's not even on the case either due to that personal connection. I mean, I understand he didn't tell her what the details was, but the fact that he told her, oh, the new evidence, he shouldn't even have ran his mouth about that. Like, that's a violation. I could definitely see Dex and Molly hooking up though, because they're giving me that vibe like something gonna go down between them. Like, I'm definitely getting that vibe. But I love also how Alexis told Christina that, you know, Sonny's not a victim. Because I do agree, Sonny's definitely not a victim. Like, he creates a lot of this. You know, Sonny wants to sit there talking about, oh, you know, if this don't play out, I gotta come forward. I hate how they try to make Sonny the hero in this story, like he doing Alexis a favor. Like, sir, you got all of them involved in this. You got all of them involved in this nonsense. If you hadn't done what you did, or at least did what you did in a smarter way, they would not be involved in this foolery. But I'm glad Alexis got free. Good for her. I'm glad she got free. And, you know, I know Sonny cheesing like a Cheshire cat because now he ain't got to confess and go down with it. And more than likely, this case probably going to be a cold case because with the actual gun being destroyed, there's no real link towards Sonny. Unless you can get Michael to flip, which ain't going to happen. Because then he would have to snitch on his own damn self. So getting them, you know, him and Carly and all them to flip, that's not going to happen. So this case is just going to forever be a cold case at this point. You know, Sonny sitting there, oh, I do what I can. I do whatever, you know, from people I love. Oh, Sonny, please. Did y'all see the way Molly was so icy with Sonny? Like, when he walked over to Alexis, like, she didn't greet him. She ain't nothing. She just immediately walked right away. And she was the same way with Christina. Icy. Like, the glares between her and Christina. But what annoyed me with Molly is her telling Christina to come forward. When the judge did a recess, I'm like, Molly, why don't you just chill out a little bit and wait to see what the judge is going to say first before you tell Christina to throw everybody under the bus? Like, just wait and see what the judge is going to say first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even hear the verdict yet. But I do love that she be on Christina's neck, though. I do love it because she one of the few people that don't coddle that girl. And I do appreciate characters like that who don't coddle. But it's never going to be cool between Molly and Christina. Like, I ain't going to say never, but for the foreseeable future, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Molly is going to forever blame Christina for this baby stuff. Like, she going to forever hate her, forever blame her. It's just going to constantly be beef on site between them. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be forever beef. Michael, ain't nothing nobody could say to that girl right now. Y'all might as well keep y'all distance. So anyway, moving on from that. I don't blame Liz for being upset because she got this Rick stuff she dealing with. Then she got Lucky ass. I don't blame her for being upset by both of them because ain't nothing stopping Lucky at this point from leaving. You know, she don't want her son to be disappointed again. I can't fault her for that. You know, she want to protect him and make sure that, you know, she ain't got people just in and out of that boy life. You know, they all done been through so much shit over the years. I can't fault her. So many people dying, coming back to life, dying again, coming back to life. You know, it's been a bunch of in and out. And, you know, she trying to protect her kid. I can't fault that. And with Rick, it's like, dealing with his ass is a full-time job in itself. But I am glad that Lulu getting a donor. I wonder who the donor is. Like, Liz was tapping away on her computer and noticed, they sitting there talking about, oh, Lulu got a new donor. I'm like, what donor? Because Sam's still here, so who the donor? Cause I could have sworn it was gonna be Sam giving up her body part for Lulu. I definitely could have sworn that. I'm just curious how I mean, not Lulu, but how Sam's supposed to be going out. Like, that's what I'm curious about. Like, I am too curious about that one. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I'll see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.